If you are anything like me and you're just positive that life happens when you're making other plans, then you have a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, world that we live in. Interesting enough, last night was our board meeting for. We have a every other month we have a board meeting for Arizona Sportsmen for Wildlife Conservation. It's kind of the heads or representatives from each of the critter groups and conservation groups in Arizona. And the one of the cool things about it is that each meeting begins with an update from your Arizona Game and Fish Department. And each and every time, y'all, this is why I'm an apologist for your Arizona Game and Fish Department. Each and every time I'm blown away by what they got going on. Absolutely 100% blown away by what they got going on. So, yeah, you get a report from everybody. You get a legislative report. What's going on in the state capitol that impacts our efforts in wildlife conservation. You get a message from the director himself, and you also get you get messages from whatever branch chiefs are around that really update us on what we got going on. Because you think about it, we give our tax dollars involuntarily or voluntarily, depends on what you want to put it. We give our tax dollars to the government, and we assume, I guess, that everything is going to plan. We think everything's going to be going to plan, and we don't really get an update. We get a state of the state, we get a state of the union, and that's about it. And all we do from then on is rah 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 about potholes and whatnot. Here's where we don't have our tax dollars taken from us. We actually contribute to the North American model with Pittman Robertson dollars and our licenses, our tags, our bonus points, whatever. We keep contributing, and here's what we get. How about this? An update every other month from the actual department himself. This is what we're doing, and this is what we've got going on. A lot of stuff going on with the Wolves. Hopefully, we can have the representative that gives that update. We can have him on shortly, so we can get an update on all these Colorado Wolves and what's going on. Yeah. Oh my goodness sakes, Lynn. See, yeah, Lynn said he's soaking his beans, and that's not code. Yeah, see, you got family programming here, Lynn. I'm glad you clarified that you're soaking your actual beans. Yes, and making some sort of bean soup. I would guess. And in this, I'm excited. Got my kiddos coming in. Intern Beans, intern Nuge coming in today. Staying for the week. We're heading out to getting ready for our big trip to the Grand Canyon, rafting down the Grand Canyon. It's going to be an amazing adventure, and it's so wild. Again, what you have to make sure you have. And it's wild to me that that these kids keep either growing out of things, don't know where things are, and you're up to the last minute and you're thinking, oh, well, okay, I guess we're gonna have to go get this. I guess we're gonna have to go get one of these. Then you're thinking, okay, well, now I gotta go get drinks, gotta go get snacks, gotta go get food. And, oh, yeah. Very excited to head up to Route 66, though. That's gonna be pretty cool. We're actually eating at a place called the Roadkill Diner Cafe, something to that effect, something with roadkill. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely fun. We're staying at some Route 66 motel. It's just going to be too much fun. So at least for me and Becky, it's going to be too much fun. The kids, I don't know. We'll see. It's funny. Becky actually called and asked. My girlfriend asked if the hotel motel whatever had a Roadkill Cafe, right, Jim? And asked if the motel had a pool. And the guy said yes. Well, as a matter of fact, we have a pool. And I asked, did you follow up with is the pool full? Is the pool the color of the water blue? Yeah, where are we at with this? Yeah, because all right, you could just say, yes, ma'am. I told you we have a pool right there. Mm-hmm. And then you call this place that we're staying. You call this place we're staying, and it sounds like you're at Disneyland on Thunder Mountain Railroad, Big Thunder Mountain. That's like he had it. Yeah, that's their message. It's a lot like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you press one, and it goes the same type of message. It's absolutely fantastic. So I'm excited about the adventure. I'm fired up about the adventure. But here's what we have to do, and what I'm about to show you is a wonderful example. It's a scary example about how you always have to have a plan B, C, and D when you are traveling in any way. And here's what I mean by that. My father, God rest his soul, would always say, life happens when you're making other plans. Well, if you're traveling with children, and in this case, traveling with kind of a blended fam kind of vibe, it's a trip. You're planning, and life has a tendency to do whatever the heck it wants. So I mean, we could go there and there could be a monsoon. We don't know. but life happens when you're making other plans. So all the plans that we make in doing all this and all this planning and effort that goes in this, it can be completely shot by a lightning storm. We have no idea. We just got to plan for it. We got to prepare for it. Got to be ready for it. And here's a wonderful example. I believe this is Yellowstone. How about this? This happened just this week. Check this out. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so everybody is at the geyser, and they're like, "Oh, look!" and see a little walkway, little path going through there at Yellowstone, and it's not Jellystone. Don't get fired up. Seligman, actually, yeah, Lynn. That's where the Roadkill Cafe is in Seligman. So, but you see this little path running through here. Everything's fine. Everybody's gonna go see a geyser. Hey, kids, let's go see a geyser. Let's go see it. Let's go see it. Big shoot of water up in the air. Yay, cool. Let's time it right, for the gram. Let's time it right. Let's get you focus. Get you in focus. Okay, let's set the timer for this, and then boom! Look at this. Watch this. You might hear some bad words. Run, buddy! Run, buddy! Yes, run! Run! Look at this. Go. Run. Look at that. Holy, y'all, look, that is way up in the air. That is it. You when you see things going that high and it looks like it's moving that slow, for the love of grief, this is a full-blown eruption that people were just kind of chilling, ready to take pictures of this cute little pew of a geyser. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. All right, Grizz, we're gonna have to talk about that coming up at noon. What do you think, bud? What in the world is that about? Yeah, it looks like a disaster movie, right? Check this out.
Run. And people could die.
Look at this. Look at the aftermath of this. This kid's just like, oh, hell yeah. I'm going to go make a mud castle. I'm going to go make a mud castle.
So I can make this stuff stable. Walk right where I'm walking.
Look at this. They don't know what to do. It's damn just like lava.
I'm going to say everybody wants to move out of here really quickly because we don't know how safe this is.
Yeah, because that stuff is hot as
really dangerous.
Satan's tuchus.
Grab my hand.
Yeah.
Hey,
let's go. I love that they're still filming. That's what God bless everyone. God bless you all. God bless all of us that carry cameras around, carry their cell phones around, and they film everything. God bless you, because your absolutely disaster trip is now for our enjoyment. That's exactly.
But just keep moving. Unless there's big holes. Follow that guy in the St. Louis City shirt.
Okay, hold on. Keep moving unless there's big holes. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Yeah. 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 Look at that. The whole walkway's just trashed. Look at this, guys. I want to back this up. Okay, obviously, this is happening. Boom. Everything was wrecked. Look at that. Do you see that bridge? Do you see that bridge over there? Watch this. Okay. Look at that. Oh, okay. Run. Nice exfoliation. That's right, Brendan. It's very exfoliating. It's just the earth. That's like the earth getting a zit popped. That's basically what we're witnessing, man. Yeah. But Grizz, you guys were there for 2 weeks. Oh, you guys were there 2 weeks ago. Right on. Did you? That's what I want. Next time Grizz and Mrs. Grizz go to Yellowstone, I would like video, Mrs. Grizz, please, of Mr. Grizz petting a fuzzy cow. I just for our enjoyment, buddy. If you can take one for the team, I would quite appreciate it. I kid because I love. This is so important because I laughed. I laughed when my girlfriend handed me a packing list that came from the actual rafting companies. Like, here's the itinerary and here's your packing list. I'm like, packing list? I'm a grown ass man. I don't need to pick a packing list. I don't know how to pack for a trip. I'm looking at, I'm like, I don't have I'm about 30% of stuff I don't have. Damn it. And I don't know why I have it, but think about it. Like they say, bring a clean change of clothes in a dry bag for the rafting trip. I'm like, okay, it's 100 and some odd degrees outside. I'm not worried about my clothes being dry. They're going to dry like that. By the time we get to the bus, from the raft to the bus, I'm dry. So I'm not worried about that. But it's things like this. I remember when I was out on a kayak, ocean fishing with the Sea Samurai, and there was a time where I decide to stand up and go to the bathroom. Okay, now understand these kayaks, my Hobies in these kayaks, there's this thing called the Mirage Drive. It's push paddle, right? And you can unlock it and pull the thing out, pull the Mirage Drive out. And when you do that, there's this hole. And men, world is our bathroom at times. You just stand up and you just, not to be graphic, you just go to pee in the hole. And so I stood up, I was going. A little roller came along. I was done. a roller came along and knocked me clean, just knocked me clean off the kayak, and I was soaked. And it was overcast. It was windy. It was San Diego, y'all. I mean, yeah, San Diego can be hot, but I mean, it was La Jolla. It gets that wind. You're on the ocean. It's freezing when you're wet. So I was absolutely soaked, and I had a lot of stuff in my dry bag. I had a sweatshirt, but I put the sweatshirt on, but that was about it. And I was just frozen. And so I didn't plan for having a clean change of clothes. So anyway, so what I'm saying is just run through, I guess, when we camp, whether rafting or any kind of trip, run through every kind of scenario you can and just be prepared for it. But don't go overboard like we normally do. I remember Tequila Jim's brother-in-law, when we went to one of our first elk camps we went on together. I mean, all of our F-150s and their dad's Tundra are loaded to the gills. Just right. We had the net straps over everything, ratchet straps, camper shell, like everything was stuffed. And his brother-in-law looks around and just goes, I went to war with less gear than that. And it's true. They went to war with less gear than that. And so from then on, we've been a little more, I'm not going to say minimalist, because if there's a line set for minimalist when we go to deer and elk camp, if there's a line, we can't see that line from where we stand. Minimalist is not us, but we camp with less. We hunt with less now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the funny thing is, you check it out. See, when you say, Jim, that nature doesn't mess around. There's a great, if you're on Instagram, and we are streaming live on Instagram, so you can go over to Instagram. If you're ever on there, just pop on aboard and we'll just get the same thing we're getting here. It just doesn't stick around like it does on Facebook and YouTube and on X. But I knew where was going. Oh yes, there's an Instagram handle false called Nature is Metal. I mean, it's not for weak constitutions. It basically is just how nature will jack you at any time, and especially if you're an animal, and especially if you're a prey species. Whew. Yeah. So every time somebody gets after me about hunting, how dare you kill an animal? The animal that's so beautiful. Okay, cool. Right on here. Here's a cool Instagram handle to follow. Why don't you go follow that? Nature is Metal. And I want you to see how animals really die in nature. It ain't pretty. But nature doesn't mess around. Like, people, I think Lynn said something about global warming. Obviously the temperatures are changing, temperatures are rising, and we're not getting into a political debate here. But the temperatures are rising. This just might be it. Who knows? This is the earth just going, you know what, you little parasites, you little humans, you had your shot, just like the dinosaurs. I gave the dinosaurs a shot, and they went and jacked around. They're farting too much, and they were adding to global emissions of carbon emissions. Could you imagine? If they're going to get after cows, you're going to get after dinosaurs. The dinosaurs just are farting too much, they're pooping too much, they're eating too much, and they're just ruining me. So I'm going to do away with them, and away the dinosaurs go. Maybe this is our shot. Who knows? Maybe the earth is done with us. Like, okay, I'm going to make it 250 degrees. These dudes don't stand a chance. Oh, well, at least we're on the end of the wave, right? All right. We have to think about it. Mm-hmm. How do animals deal with this situation? How do animals deal with, you mean the one? Mm-hmm. T-Rex parts. Yeah, you just couldn't imagine. But I'm talking about the big ones too, like the big brontosauruses and like the big. I'm talking about those. Yeah, and then I'm sure I'm sure the cavemen. Yeah. Anyway, let's get off of that. But it might be the case. But this might be the earth just going, you know what? You're done, dude. We're done with you guys. Thanks for playing. Yeah, thanks for playing. We have lovely parting gifts for you, and that is a rock to the dome piece. Is exactly what we got you. Yes. Just like us when we get old, migration. Amen to that, Jim. Just I was talking to the fam about that a couple of weeks ago, and it's basically if it gets to the point where you've got to wipe my booty, I said, kids, either put me out in the woods, in the desert, wherever, with some firearms and some survival gear, and I'm just going to let nature take care of me. And how long I last is how long I last. Or call Dr. Kevorkian. I'm cool either way. Just let's have a barbecue and a big party before I go out. I have my standards. Anywho, how about this? This is the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of the state, nation, world that we live in. We appreciate you commenting along, share, like, do all that stuff as normal, and subscribe where possible. And jump over, by the way, if you're on any of the platforms and you have like a YouTube channel or a YouTube page or X account, so jump over there and subscribe for us, will you? And say hi. I would greatly appreciate it. Obviously, the movie Cocaine Bear was a probably one of the most underrated movies in the history of underrated movies. Tongue in cheek, Ray Liotta's last movie. God bless Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta's last movie and about a coked out bear. Now, the bear found a bunch of cocaine that was dropped from a drug dealer's plane, and the bear just jacked out of his mind, like you would expect any kind of animal being on the booger sugar. So hilarity ensues. And a bunch of violence and gross. How about this report from Fox News yesterday? With this
Adderall in the nationwide drug crisis. It's the subject of our story coming up right now. It turns out the abundance of smuggled cocaine that inevitably ends up spilled into the ocean may now be impacting one of the sea's
cocaine sharks. That's what we have. Cocaine Bear 2. Cocaine sharks. Cocaine sharks.
Deadliest predators. Correspondent Jonathan Seri.
Get it, Jonathan. Tell me about this.
When smugglers dump cocaine overboard to make drop-offs or conceal evidence, some marine biologists believe sharks may be doing something fishy with.
Now stop with your jokes. I'm going to handle the dad jokes. Brendan, yes, it was actually loosely based on an actual incident, Cocaine Bear. Yes, it really truly was. But there was some subplot about a detective or a cop and his dog or something like that. It was absolutely unnecessary. But anyway, yes, it definitely fits in there. This I got to back this up a bit here because I want to look at this. Okay, so you're telling me that in the Caribbean Sea, we have smugglers. We have video of them. We're watching them do this. Is anyone on board with just equipping whatever drone or surveillance a person or thing has this with whatever necessary is to just sink these things? Because that will stop a lot of the smuggling. Is if we're just absolutely just jacking them in the middle of the just Pirates of the Caribbean. You know what I mean? That's why I figure if they're there. But here we go. Something fishy.
Or conceal evidence. Some marine biologists believe sharks may be doing something fishy with the drugs.
Because they don't have hands, they can't physically touch it. They've gone up and touched it with the only thing they've got, their mouth, and taken a bite out of it. They would have got a hit of cocaine. So it sounds crazy, but the probability of it occurring is actually quite high.
Wow. Not probability, y'all. It's happening. There are sharks that are testing positive for cocaine. They love the booger sugar. They like the nose candy. They're all about it.
Marine biologist Tom the Blowfish Hurd conducted preliminary research for the Shark Week documentary Cocaine Sharks. Yes. Researchers wrapped concentrated.
That's a documentary. I'm watching it toot sweet. I might just play that. If it's a half hour, I'm going to play it as the show coming up. That would be fantastic.
Fish powder to simulate cocaine packages and observe shark behavior in the Florida Keys.
Okay.
Now that is unusual. Could be a past injury or maybe a chemical imbalance.
Researchers picked the shallow waters of the Florida Keys because of the prevalence of dumped cocaine. In the first 2 days of this week,
they chose the shallow water of the Keys because of the prevalence of dumped cocaine. Y'all, we have departments of government that are supposed to be handling this. In war on drugs, by the way, drugs obviously winning not only on land and in sea, they're winning. But we have something to take care of this. This is why I brought up our game and fish department at the beginning of this program. We'll get back to this. The game and fish department at the beginning of the program because we fund our game and fish department. We fund it, and they run like a pretty damn well-oiled machine. They do, and they deal with all of the hamstrings they get from the government, who's not giving them tax dollars. But they deal with all the problems and stuff and such, and yet they're still giving us updates. Guys, here's where we are with this. Here's where we are with this, and here's where we are with this. I think it's something maybe that every other month when we have those meetings, maybe I'll have a representative on to recap for us. So here we go back with the cocaine bear. Here we go. No, here we go. Sorry, Paul.
U.S. Border Patrol recovered 90 pounds of the illegal drug that recreational boaters spotted floating in 32 packages just off the island chain.
32 packages? That would tell me there was about 50 packages. But he's like, yeah, well, hey, found these 32 packages just floating around, guys. Yes, Border Patrol. Here you go. Found 32 packages. You can count them. They're all there. 30 guys got white powder. 32. He's looking like Tony Montana. He's like, hey, 32. There's 32 packages there. There was 50. Let's just come on, man. Let's just come on. That whoever got it got a brand new center console boat very quickly after. If you want to find out some shenanigans, look at that. But I don't blame
he does not believe cocaine sampling sharks are any more aggressive toward humans, but he'd like to see further studies, not just on illegal drugs, but everyday medications that eventually wind up in wastewater discharges to the oceans.
Okay, now you know where I'm going with this. Now you know. Here goes Mike. Get on a soapbox. And by the way, there's no evidence that it makes the sharks more aggressive. There's really no way of figuring that out. We don't know which sharks have had the cocaine. We don't know any sharks that are now addicted to the white lines. But this is great white lines. Great white lines. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Addicted to the great white lines. We have no idea, so you can't really tell. But I'll tell you one thing. There's a reason why one of my legs is sleeved with tattoos is because I can never get my legs tanned. They're white as can be. And if these sharks know that a white bag means a serious, like the greatest time of their life, guess what? They're going to take a chunk out of my pasty white calf. So they will. They'll come after it. I know they're going to come after it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is sad, Lynn. And by the way, this is not the only thing that's happening. This is not, I mean, we can get off of microplastics for a while. We can get out of banning straws from Starbucks. Oh, by the way, the fun thing about the Starbucks straw ban, you know, the can't have straws, is that the lids that they made to combat the straws has more plastic than the actual straws in the old lids. Go figure. Yeah, go figure. But we can get off a lot of this stuff right now, especially here as the United States. If we can do something about this problem, this is a fantastic thing to look to. Our border with all of the medications there, you cannot imagine how many packages of medications are just left in the desert through these groups of the coyotes and stuff, bringing these migrants in. And I got to tell you, I've been down there. I've seen it. It is absolutely disgusting what is being absorbed into our soil, the topsoil, what is being later into our groundwater. It is blinding. So our groundwater will test positive for antibiotics, Plan B, any kind of insulin. These coyotes have medication and they're handing it out very freely. And a lot of those are just dumped. Like they'll take one or two and just throw the thing off, and it's got 10 pills in it that eventually over rain and time and in decay, it actually seeps into the topsoil. I can't even imagine. I don't even know if. Hold on, I'm coming up with an idea. I'm dating one. I have science-based people in my tribe. I wonder if they could commission a lot of money to do a study down on the border on topsoil and what has happened to okay, hold on. We get some government cheddar coming our way in this tribe. I tell you what, we got a great idea with that, and it's needed to just see the environmental impact. Okay. Oh wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Brennan's bringing something up about the fawn. So when Arthur Fonzarelli is brought up, I need to see what's going on. For real. Seriously, he said the fawns would have never landed the water ski jump if the sharks were hopped up on coke back then, man. They would have skipped. Yep. Good call on that one. That's a very good call. He's like, man, I'm not making this jump. These sharks are jacked up on something. Holy cow, they're out of their tree. Look at these things running around. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, Lynn. Remember, we do politics at noon, buddy. So the impact, the environmental impact of all this stuff, of people leaving, even the drug runners that Rob and I got to see when we went past the border. We actually got to see a lot of just north of the border. We got to see a lot of what they call nests. And these nests are just people where they get their equipment, they get their clothes, they get their cell phones, they get their shoes, they get everything. They got all new stuff. And if you don't believe that, look at every migrant coming up and is being bused somewhere. They're all wearing new clothes. So that's where they get the clothes. That's where they get all this stuff. So what they dump is 2 1-gallon water jugs that are painted black, by the way. So you got paint, plastic, and all that stuff. So that's sitting in the desert. You have their camo. So their camo shirt and the camo pants, that's in there. Their sneaky feet, which are carpet shoes, essentially not eliminate completely, but to cover up their footprints. That's all left in the desert. So we see sharks that are coked out. We see bears that are coked out and to make a movie out of it. That's just tip of the iceberg. of everything's going on with the drug smuggling trade. It literally is crushing our outdoor world. It's tragic what it's doing to our environment. It's tragic what it's doing to our future when it comes to this. Then again, going back to this. So if us as humans who were put in charge biblically of this earth, this is what the earth does when we do junk like that. They just go like this. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Shit is right. Ah! This is what happens.
Shit. Run.
Yeah.
Run.
Oh no, come on, man. Yeah, that's where Jim just brought up a solid point. He said down Gillespie Bridge, the Gillespie Dam, which used to be a really cool place to fish, a really cool place to kayak fish. But I think I was there the last time I was there was kind of the beginning of the downturn. That is a very, very big spot for drops from coyotes, and you get a lot of garbage and a lot just absolutely thrashed the area. But that is, and again, we're not getting into politics here, but I mean, that's the impact. The environment is us. We are the frontline conservationists. We are frontline environmentalists. That's who we are as outdoors men and women. And when we see this kind of thing, when we're now fighting the war on drug smuggling and the war on drugs that are left behind in our beautiful landscape, in the desert, in the forest, and in the oceans, rivers, and streams, and lakes, we have to have a voice about it. We have to be concerned about it, because this is our stuff. This is us. This isn't this. There's nobody but this is our stuff. And once it is addressed, I think when it comes in the context of conservation, I think it takes on a whole new. It takes on a whole new light, because what has it always been blocked in the past? It's always been blocked by, hey, there's always going to be there's always going to be drug smuggling if there's demand for it here in the United States. So basically blaming people that have become addicted to drugs. And this is just absolutely silly to me. Okay. But if it was a point at one time, obviously it didn't work as the point to make it right. Now, if we take the environmental push that we have globally and say, this is what the drug trade is actually doing to our environment. Oh boy. I think you have a whole new set of funding coming along. And again, I'm going to spend the next few days, maybe even on the river, drafting something that we can submit through maybe Andy Biggs or Congressman Schweikert, Congressman Schweikert. Maybe get some funding to go down there and do some tests. I'm talking about government funding. Okay. I'm not talking about, okay, how much is this going to cost you? Like, no, here's how much it's just going to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. By smart people who care. Yeah. It's got to be addressed by smart people who care. It's a very, very good point. And, but something, sometimes the smartest people are busy doing something else. That's why we land, in the situation we are nationwide, in all these congressional races, Senate races, president, everything we're like, wait, what? That's the best we got, huh? Yeah. Cause the smart ones are doing something else. Mm-hmm. But I think it'd be Brendan. I think we can get a lot of people on board with this one. Yeah. If anybody wants to do some, get some, whatever. I'm keeping all the money. Volunteer hours. I kid. No, I'd love to make it a giant team effort. I think we have the numbers, and I think we put something together that can be just a test. Just we have the bright minds. We can do some sort of a test, just to see the impact. And now that is what is displayed. So migrants are coming here and getting cell phones and free this and that. How about this? The migrant trade, which it is now, the migrant/drug trade is crushing the environment. Here is the impact that will have this year, 10 years from now, 50 years from now. And then I think booties start moving at that point. All right. Hey, check out Russell and Hunter's got to come up here in about a half hour, and I'll be rolling solo. Rob's got the day off, and we're going to have some fun. A lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of interesting movement in the world of politics and news. So hang out with us, will you? And thank you guys for hanging out and playing along. I mean, Cocaine Sharks. I say we can have some fun. We're talking about the outdoors, so we talk about cocaine sharks, right? This is the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. Thank you all again, and like it, share it, and go to the other platforms. Check us out. We'll see you there.